Hey everyone, welcome back to 1 Cent Sports Cards YouTube channel. Today, I'm super stoked to be bringing you my latest set review, and this time it is for 2020 Bowman Chrome, one of the most anticipated sets of the season. It is all Chrome cards of the ever popular Bowman brand, and it is the second installment, the expansion from Bowman Baseball in the Bowman Baseball series for 2020. So is it a set that you should be buying into? What are the different buying formats? Who are the key rookies? Who are the key prospects? We're going to cover off on all this and let you know how good Bowman Chrome is in 2020 right now. So it is finally here, 2020 Bowman Chrome, the second installment in the Bowman Baseball series for 2020. And what we're going to do today is we're going to break this set down in one of the most extensive reviews that you will find anywhere on the internet. And by the end of it, what we're trying to get to is the exclusive 1 cent sensational set rating. What is that, you ask? Well, what we do is we break Bowman Chrome down into 10 different categories. Each of those categories is rated on a 1 to 10 scale. We add up all those numbers, which gives us a final 1 cent sensational set rating score, which tells us how good Bowman Chrome really is. And then we can even compare it with all of the other sets we reviewed in 2020 to see how well Bowman Chrome stacks up against all of the competition in the baseball card collecting hobby. So how do we get to that 1 cent sensational set rating? Well, first we'll cover off on the set highlights. We'll go give you the 10,000 foot view of Bowman Chrome. We'll tell you the different buying formats that you can buy it in. And we'll dive a little deeper, go into the key cards that you can pull out of Bowman Chrome. We'll cover off on all the parallels you can pull, all the different inserts that are available, the relics, and the uber important autos. Then, after that, we will show you what teams you should be targeting in breaks. I'm going to give you 2 sleepers. I'm going to tell you who the best team is. I'm going to tell you a very solid team that I think you should be looking at. And we'll go over a team that has the most value out of all the teams as well. Then I will go into who should be collecting this set, who should definitely be staying away. I'll give you my personal opinions on what the positives of Bowman Chrome are, what the negatives are, and that's what brings us to our 1 cent sensational set rating, where we're going to tell you how good Bowman Chrome really is. Then we'll compare it to all the other sets so you can be much more informed about Bowman Chrome and if it's a set you should be buying into. Before we begin, throw over to first, hit that like button for me. If you like these reviews, hit subscribe because we do these reviews all the time. That would be awesome, guys. And with that, let's get right into it. Here's our set highlights. First thing to know about Bowman Chrome, it's the shiny expansion set to the 2020 Bowman Baseball set. So this is the second series in the Bowman Baseball brand for 2020, and it is all Chrome cards. It is in its 24th year of production, started way back in 1997, and has not stopped since. It is a 200 card set this year, just like last year. You're going to have 100 base cards. That's going to have your rookies, your young stars, stuff like that, and then the ever popular 100 prospect cards. All of the cards are going to be in Chrome, so there is no paper for this set, and they all use chromium printing technology. There is an 8-color base set, parallel rainbow, and the auto set for the base is also 8-color. And there's a 14-color base prospect and prospect auto parallel rainbow. So the prospects get a little bit of a bigger rainbow in Bowman Chrome, and the AFL Fall Star relics and Chrome autoed relics are going to be the relics that you can pull from Chrome. So unlike Bowman Baseball, there are relics in the set, which I think is really awesome. And as is the case with most Bowman sets, there will be rookie image variation cards, and they will be autoed, and there will be non-autoed versions. There are 2 new insert sets for Bowman Chrome this year. You've got Dawn of Glory, which is cards of young players just now getting into the league. And then you've got Farm to Fame, which I think is a really cool insert set. Basically, it is retired stars while they are still in the farm, so it shows them as young players, and then obviously we know they all went on to be in the Hall of Fame. We'll cover off on that one a little bit more. Also know that if you're buying into this, you get 2 hobbies per master hobby box. Each hobby box does have 2 mini boxes, so a master box is going to give you 2 autos, and then there will be 3 autos in the HTA hobby box. There are no retail formats, so this is exclusive to hobby only, and the case hit is that Farm to Fame insert. We're going to cover off on that. So, speaking of buying formats, it is only available in hobby, so here's the different ways you can buy in. First, if you've got the change, you can go ahead and buy yourself a hobby case. There's going to be 12 boxes per case, 12 packs per box, 5 cards per pack, so 720 total cards with the current price of $3,150, which would make your cost per card $4.38. What are you guaranteed to get? 24 autos and 1 Farm to Fame insert. If you ain't got that sort of change, get yourself a hobby box. It's got 12 packs in it, 5 cards per pack, 60 total cards. Cost per card going to be $4.45, and you are going to get 2 autos. The other format you can get is the HTA Choice Case. So that's got 12 boxes in it as well, but each box only has 1 pack, and each pack only has 3 cards. So in a case, you're getting only 36 cards total. And the price, $3,700. So a cost per card of $102.78. Why is the cost per card so high? Well, every one of those stinking cards is going to be autographed. So you're guaranteed to get 36 autos and nothing else. If you are not interested in collecting all of the other base cards, all the set, all of that stuff, HTA Choice is going to be the way to go. And again, if you don't have $3,700, you can just get yourself an HTA Choice box. You're going to get 3 cards. The cost on those is about $315 right now, so cost per card around $105, and you are guaranteed to get 3 autos. Now, the other thing to know about HTA Choice, there are exclusive parallels that you're only going to find. There's like the green Atomic, there's Gold Shimmer, there's Black Mojo. There's even some more. We'll cover off on the whole parallel rainbow here in just a second. Those are the only ways you're going to get into the only buying formats you're going to be able to get into Bowman this year, guys. So what are the key cards? Well, first with the base set, we'll cover off on that first. Luis Robert, you've got a rookie card. It's going to be chrome. It's going to have the Bowman logo. Definitely a key card there. And then we've got a few Bowman first. We've got card number 203. That's going to be Ethan Hearn. Should be a Bowman first. And then we've also got 243, which is Jason Dominguez. Now, interestingly enough, this is the only Jason Dominguez card in the set. What do I mean by that? There are no autographs of Jason Dominguez in this set. So he's only in the base set, but there's not an autograph. Covering off on the parallels, the autos, the short prints, relics, inserts, more. There are the base image variation rookies. Those are very sought after cards. I think there's 15 cards in that set, so we'll be looking for those in Bowman Chrome this year. And then you've got the chromed autographed relics, which are going to be relics of today's young stars and superstars, and they're going to be autographed. Really, really solid checklist there. So definitely some nice cards you can pull out of there. And then, of course, you can't mention Bowman and not talk about the Chrome Prospect autos. That's what everyone is chasing. So plenty of them to go around in this set. I believe there's 75 different autos you can pull out of the Chrome Prospect checklist. And new this year, you've got a Black Mojo Refractor. It's a 1-of-1. You can only pull it out of those HTA Choice boxes, and they are 1-of-1, and it's a Black Mojo Refractor. For hobby, the orange refractors, which are numbered to 25, are going to be exclusive to the hobby boxes. So if you're looking for the orange numbered to 25, go hobby. And then I also think some of the other key cards, those Farm to Fame inserts, they also come as autos. Those are going to be some really sought after ones. Really nice Hall of Fame auto checklist there. So definitely be sure to check those out. So for the parallels, lots of different parallels we can pull in Bowman Chrome. First, for the base set, that's going to be cards number 1 through 100. This does not include the prospects. You've got an 8-color rainbow. It's got refractor, purple, blue, green, gold, orange, red refractor, and superfractors. And you can see what the number 2 breakdown there is in the list to the left. Then we've got the Chrome set parallels. So for the Chrome set, which is going to be all of your prospects, so it's actually not the Chrome, they're all Chrome. This should say prospect set parallels. You've got that rainbow really expands out for the prospect. So you've got the shimmer refractors, which is going to land one in every hobby box. Then you've got the refractor. the purple refractor, the blue. For HTA Choice, you've got one that's numbered 1 out of 150 in there. You've got green, refractor green, atomic green shimmer, gold refractor, gold shimmer. And then you've also got orange refractors, which are exclusive to hobby. Orange wave, which is exclusive to HTA only. I believe the orange wave is actually numbered to 25. I don't have that listed there. Then you've got red, red shimmer, red wave, and then the black shimmer refractors, and the black mojo 1 of 1, and the superfractor 1 of 1. So as you can see, there's actually 3 1 of 1s that you can pull for each of these cards, which is kind of cool. Okay, so let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's get into what the inserts are and what they contain. So first of all, you've got the 2019 AFL Fall Stars. Going to be 30 cards in that set. You pull 1 out of every 6 packs, so you're going to get 2 per box. Parallels on that going to be Atomic, Orange, and Superfractor. And then also be on the lookout for a 31st card, which is the AFL MVP card. And that person was Royce Lewis. They're going to be numbered to 250. So that's kind of its own little insert set, but it's only 1 card. You also have the Dawn of Glory insert. That is 15 cards in the subset, and they land 1 per hobby box. And you can see what that looks like over there on the right. Parallels, Atomic, Orange, and Superfractor. Then you got the Farm to Fame. We've kind of covered off on this a little bit. Going to be 24 cards in that set. It is a case hit, so it's 1 in 12 boxes. Definitely a hard pull. Parallels on that, going to be Orange to 25 and Superfractor 1 of 1. Then you've got the Stat Tracker. That's going to be 30 cards. Going to land 1 in 3, so you should get about 4 of those in a hobby box. And the parallels are going to be Atomic, Orange, and Superfractor as well. One other thing to keep in mind here. Any card that isn't autographed is only available in hobby. Keep in mind, the HDA Choice, you're not going to get any of these unless they're autographed. So if you're looking for any of these inserts, you got to stick with hobby. You also get the rookie image variation cards. Those are going to be 15 cards. They're all rookies. Really, really sought after cards right there. And then for Bowman Chrome, we also have relics. So for relics, we have the AFL Fall Stars relics. Going to be 25 cards. Parallels are going to be Orange and Superfractor 1 of 1. And then some of those will even be autographed. That's going to be a 7-card set, so the Fall Stars autographed relics. And those also have a Superfractor of 1 of 1. And then you have the Chrome autographed relics. There's 40 cards in that with a parallel of Gold, Orange, and Superfractor. Those are the ones of current stars. I believe there's a Mike Trout auto in there. There's some really big names that you're going to find in those autographed relics. So definitely be on the lookout for those. Now for the ever-important autographs, guys. Here we go. 2019 AFL Fall Stars autographs. That's going to be 14 cards in that set. So the AFL Fall Stars, that's a big league that happens in the fall of 2019. A lot of the prospects play in that league. So really kind of cool cards there. There is a parallel Superfractor 1 of 1. And then you can get that Royce Lewis MVP card autographed. It's Royce Lewis, 1 card, and they will be numbered to 100. Then there is the All-America Game autographs. Now, that is like for really, really young prospects that are maybe even just coming out of high school. It's almost like a high school prep game, if you will. But there will be autographs. The list is still to be announced on that. But those are going to be really sought-after cards. And then you have the thing that everyone is looking for, the Chrome Prospect autographs. Those are going to be the ones you pull most. 75 different autos that you can pull out of that. And of course, you have a huge breakdown on the rainbow. So we have more autographs. We've got the Chrome Rookie autographs. So those are going to be rookie cards, all autographed 18 cards. I don't know why it says number to 15 there. It shouldn't. However, you can see what the parallels are there as well. Then you have the Dawn of Glory autographs. Saw that card a little bit earlier in the presentation. 10 cards. Don't know why that says numbered to 25 there. The orange parallel is numbered to 25, and you have a Superfractor 1 of 1. Then you have the Farm to Fame. It's a case hit already, and some of them will even be autographed. 17 cards in that set with a Superfractor 1 of 1 parallel. Then you also have the Prime Choice Signatures autographs, and that's going to have 16 cards. They're each going to be numbered to 15, and you've got a parallel of orange and gold rainbow. Moving on with more autographs, we've got the rookie image variation autographs. So you can pull the rookie Chrome autographs and the image variation autographs. Those are going to be really tough pulls, but really big if you get one. Only 5 cards, each numbered to 25 apiece, and there is a parallel superfractor 1 of 1. You've got the stat tracker autographs rounding out our autograph list for this year. 21 cards in that set. They'll each be numbered to 99, and the parallels are orange and superfractor. So, now that we know what you can pull out of this, what are the teams you should be targeting in breaks? It's not, Bowman is a little bit different than a lot of your other sets. Keep in mind, it is more of the farm system, not the big league club. And so some of the teams that you typically wouldn't go for in a Major League Baseball set, you might go for in Bowman Chrome. However, some things never change. And the best team that you can get, in my opinion, out of Bowman Chrome is going to be the New York Yankees. There are 16 different autos that you can pull. There are 7 base cards, which is kind of high compared to the amount that some other teams get. 4 of those cards are going to be prospect cards, and there are 6 different inserts you can pull for the Yankees. If you're looking for the most prospects, that's going to be the Boston Red Sox, which are a very close second, and some might even argue a better team to get than the Yankees. What you get out of that is 14 autos, 7 base cards, but 5 of them are prospects. They've got more prospect cards than any other team that you can get in the break. And there's 7 different inserts. And I would argue that the autos that you could pull from the Red Sox may be better than the Yankees, because there's the lack of the Jason Dominguez auto in the Yankees this year, or for this set. Now, if you want a really solid choice, surprise team here, the Texas Rangers. 7 base cards, 4 prospect cards, but they have 15 autos. They've got more autos than the Red Sox, almost as many autos as the Yankees, and they've got 5 inserts. If you can trade for this team in a break, especially in like a single box break, I think it will be sneaky good for you. The Texas Rangers should be commanding kind of a high price. They've got a real nice farm system. I believe they will be a top 5 team, but we'll see. A lot of people don't think Rangers when they think, hey, this is a team I should be getting in a break. So you might be able to grab a steal here and there. And if you can, I think you've pulled down a real solid choice. But I think the team that has the most value in regards to how much of these cards are going to be worth over time is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays. One, you've got 8 base cards, 3 of those are prospect cards. They've got 14 autos and 8 inserts. The Rays are loaded with cards. The players that they have on their team set checklist are very nice players, and definitely a team that I would target. And I don't believe they'll even be. They might crack the top 10, but I don't believe that they're going to be, a top 5 team that you would buy into. My first sleeper, the Philadelphia Phillies. A lot of people overlook the Phillies. The Phillies have a very good farm system. For Bowman Chrome, you've got 5 base cards. 3 of those are prospect cards. They've got a surprising amount of autos. They've got 11 different autos you can pull out of here, and they've got 3 inserts. The Phillies, I don't think are going to be on anyone's radars. If you can trade for them, chances are the Phillies are going to be a nice team that you get in Bowman Chrome, box in and box out. My other sleeper is going to be the Atlanta Braves. Now, a lot of these numbers are going to come down a little bit. You've got 6 base cards, which isn't bad, 4 prospect cards, which is really good for this set, but only 8 autos, but they do have 6 inserts. Now, why do I call them a sleeper? If you go look at that auto checklist, the Red Sox have a lot of good prospects in this set, people that I do think will be impactful at the major league level, and I don't think that they're going to be extraordinarily high in price. They'll probably be in the top 15 somewhere, but probably not in the top 10. So if you can get the Braves, you can trade for them again. I'm telling you, the Braves, the Phillies, those are going to be 2 teams that not a lot of people are targeting, but should be real nice for Bowman Chrome. So who should be collecting Bowman Chrome? Well, first of all, obviously, prospect collectors. It's the definitive prospect set. This is Series 2 out of 3 that are going to come out in 2020, and really kind of fun because it's all chromium. Which brings me to my next one. You like shiny things, it's all Chrome cards. And what's kind of neat is it's the only place to get Chrome rookie cards with a Bowman logo. Most of the rookie cards that you get from Bowman are going to be paper, but because it's Chrome, this is where you can get some of those rookie cards in a Chrome version. I also think speculators, obviously. You get more first Bowman cards out of Bowman Chrome, although you're not going to get as many as you did in the first round of Bowman that came out earlier this year, so beware of that. And if you are a parallel chaser, if you love shiny, colorful things, huge parallel rainbow for both auto and non-autoed cards. Really fun when you pull some of those. And if you're buying on the secondary market, there's going to be plenty of them available. So if you chase parallels, definitely a set you should be looking into. And then I also think that breakers should be looking at this set. This is the first time I've had breakers is who should be collecting this stuff. But I say that for two reasons. One, a case of HTA Choice is just an amazing break. 36 different autos, very evenly distributed teams this year. And so I think breaking a case of that would be real fun. Really expensive to buy into a break like that. But even if you're buying in at, let's say, the hobby box level, because there's mini boxes, you can kind of get your price and your break down to make it affordable for a lot of people versus just a few people. So the mini boxes will be great to kind of mix in with some other product. I think breakers got a lot of different choices here. And with Bowman being Bowman, you're going to have a lot of interest from potential buyers for breaks. So the way they have this set up kind of works real nice for breaks. And then I think if you're a team collector, let's say you collect the Yankees, like, look, you're going to get the latest prospects from your team from these cards, a few Bowman first cards, whatnot, and it's just kind of a real fun. It's a real fun set. It's a real fun set to collect if you just collect a team, because it's going to have all your young up and coming players. So definitely, if you collect teams, take a look at Bowman Chrome. Not a bad one to look into. There's also a lot of people that actually should not be collecting Bowman Chrome. I know that sounds crazy, but let's go over who those people are. First of all, if you go into Target, if you go into Walmart, you're not going to find this stuff. This stuff is only available in hobby and online. And because of that, if you're a budget-minded collector, it's a fairly expensive set to get into for a lot of collectors. And you don't get a lot of cards in the box. If you get a hobby box, you're talking 60 cards compared to Bowman Baseball, which gave you hundreds of cards in the box. So it's fairly expensive. It is Chrome, but for your budget-minded, I think there's better sets that you can buy into and kind of get more bang for your buck. Next one, which I have not put on at all in 2020, is going to be box flippers. Yes, you box flippers, you people that are ruining the hobby by buying up everything in retail, and by buying up everything as fast as you can with the intent of reselling it over on eBay or some other form of the secondary market. This is one that you should actually stay away from. I can't believe I'm giving you advice because you guys are the dredges of the hobby. However, with that being said, I do think that the boxes are kind of at their high point right now. I don't think that these boxes are going to increase over time substantially. I think they will hold their level, but if you bought boxes for $250, you're probably going to be stuck with boxes for around $250. I don't see this as a set that raises a ton in value over the course of the next year or two. I see it kind of staying very level. So, box flippers, one other note of advice. Stop buying everything in retail. You're screwing up the hobby, and no one's going to buy it from you eventually if no one can feel like they can get cards at a fair price. So just stop it. That's a public service announcement from One Cent Sportsman. Okay, on to the next one. Traditional cardstock enthusiasts. So if you're someone that likes archives, if you're someone that likes heritage, if you're someone that likes just that cardboard feel, kind of that nostalgic feel, this is not a set for you. This is Chrome cards, all new technology, the latest and greatest in printing technology. So if you're kind of more of that nostalgic traditionalist, not a set for you. And then most importantly, I think you've got the new to the hobby collector. So there's a lot of new people that come in and they start buying Bowman and they don't really know what they're buying. There's so much on the market nowadays. It takes a long time to really kind of get what you're buying into and what maybe you should stay away from. That's a big reason why I do these set reviews. And I actually think that new collectors that don't understand a lot, either A, about the sport and how the farm system works, and the majors and how prospects work and how prospects make it to the majors. There's a lot that goes into why some of these cards increase in value at an early time, why some of them crash and burn, and there's a lot that kind of goes into that. So if you don't know a lot about the sport of baseball or don't know a lot about the hobby and why people buy Bowman versus, say the flagship set or whatever, There's a lot that goes into grading these cards. There's a lot that goes into what autos are right and wrong. It's kind of more an advanced set to collect. So if you're new to the hobby, if you're younger, there's probably some better sets that you can get acclimated to the hobby a little bit more that will cost you a lot less money. So I get it. It's a very exciting product. I'm not telling you not to buy in, but my advice really would be to kind of stay away until you really kind of understand what Bowman is, why it's more of an investment product than it is a hobby product and collecting product. So new hobby collectors, I might suggest staying away until you get a little bit more acclimated with the hobby itself and what it is in 2020. So what are the overall positives of this set? First of all, Bowman Chrome cards are some of the most sought after cards in the entire hobby. They're really popular. Chrome is where it's at. It's been that way for Bowman for a while. So obviously that's a big, big positive. I also think that even though the cost per auto is high in a hobby box, you only get 2, and it's if a hobby box is $270, what is that? That's like $135 per auto, which is pretty high for a hobby box. Keep in mind that's substantially lower. It's about half the price of an auto than they were for Bowman Baseball, the first set that came out earlier this year. And that hobby box went for around the same price, $270, somewhere around there, $300, and you're only getting 1 auto out of that. The other thing that I really like about Bowman Chrome this year, every team is represented pretty evenly. Obviously, there's some teams with more cards than others, but for every team, there's a few base cards, there's a few prospect cards. It's pretty well evenly distributed, which isn't always the case with Bowman. So I think they did a good job of paying attention to that, especially being that they only had 200 cards to work with. I also really like the Farm to Fame Insert Edition. It's a very clever way to get retired stars back into Bowman. I've always thought that that's one thing that Bowman was missing. The fact that they're using their farm days when they were in the minors and young and kind of redoing those cards and showing that, hey, these young people went to the Hall of Fame. Very cool Insert Edition. And Bowman Chrome, the only place we're going to find relics in Bowman. It's awesome. I love that there's relics. And then I also like that the prospect auto checklist has plenty of Bowman first cards in it. And finally, did I mention this is a Bowman product? That's a positive in it of itself these days. However, with every product, there are some negatives too. So, first and foremost, and this is probably the most important one, there are not a lot of first Bowman cards in the base set. And what I mean by that is the base set, the prospect cards that are in this, there's very few Bowman first cards. You'll find a few. You're going to find plenty of them in the Bowman autographs, but you are not going to find them in the base set. So if you're just hoping to rip a few packs and find some Bowman first cards, it's going to be pretty tough. I also think that the cancellation of Major League Baseball in 2020 because of the pandemic really kind of hurts this set. And it's not fair to say that about the set. They can't help that the season got canceled. However, it does give it kind of an unfinished feel because a lot of these people you've seen in prior sets of Bowman, we don't know how they've progressed. They haven't been on the field, so there's nothing to compare it against to know if some of these prospects are getting hotter, if they're cooling down. So it kind of gives it an unfinished feel to the product, especially where Bowman Chrome generally aligns up in the hobby this time of year. Sometimes some of these cards take off because of what's going on in the minors, and this year that's not happening. I also think that the auto checklist excludes some big names, most notably Jason Dominguez. Shocking that there is no Jason Dominguez auto in this set. They may surprise us with an unannounced card, which has happened in the past, but the fact that there's not one readily available, let me tell you, that is a big miss for Bowman Chrome this year. And then that Dawn of Glory insert, you can see it over there on the right. Just kind of an uninspired, tired looking, it just does not feel like they put a lot of thought into that. I get it. The sun's coming up. They're dawning to glory. But to me, I just feel like it's not that great of an insert. And then I also think one of the negatives is it's an expensive buy-in for a lot of the collectors because there is no retail option. And I don't think there should be a retail option. I'm not saying that. But the fact that the boxes are costing around $270, that's pretty expensive for a lot of hobbyists. Which forces people to kind of start buying singles, and it forces people to buy into breaks, which it might be nice if some people in the hobby, just everyday hobbyists, could just go out and buy a box. I feel like these boxes have become a little bit too expensive in the hobby, and it's cutting out a lot of the people that might have $100, $150, but don't quite have $300 to spend on a box. And those people are getting burned, whereas Bowman Chrome in the past has been a little bit more affordable than it is these days. So the other, and that goes into my final one, which more and more Bowman feels like it's becoming a flippers only product. This is not a product that seems like a lot of people collect it for their PCs. It seems like a lot of people buy it, want to turn around and grade it, want to turn around and flip it. They're not collecting it, they're investing in it. And to me, that's not what baseball cards, it's part of what they're about, but it's not everything that they're about. And so the fact that everyone is only concerned about what the card is worth, how much will it grade for, how hot is it or cold is it on the secondary market, all of that stuff, it's just kind of a turnoff. It's not, but I get it, it's Bowman, but it does feel like a flippers only product more and more, which is kind of sad because Bowman was not that in the past. So with all that being said, what does Bowman Chrome rank on our 1 cent sensational set ranking for 2020? Well, we're going to break it down into these 10 categories that you see on screen. And first, we'll start off with appeal. Bowman has a huge appeal. It is a great set. However, I think because of the fact that the minors didn't happen this year, I'm going to knock it down just a little bit. So I'm going to say an 8.5. The base checklist, a strong checklist. Love the fact that we've got a lot of the big 2020 rookies in there. And I think overall it is a good checklist. It's missing a few names in my opinion. And for me, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7. The inserts get a 6. That Dawn of Glory insert I think misses the mark a little bit. The stat tracker feels a little bit tired, and the stat tracker doesn't generally hold a ton of value over time. I feel like they did an okay job on it. The Farm to Fame one definitely saves the insert sets for this year, so I'll go ahead and give it a 6. And then for the parallels and variations, I give it a perfect 10. I don't know that anyone does it better than Bowman, and especially the Chrome version. I don't know that anyone does it better. Plus, we get 15 different rookie image variations, which is really cool. So they've got the variations. They've got a massive rainbow. Beautiful cards. I'm giving it a perfect 10. The auto checklist. Plenty of awesome autos. Really awesome that you can get some retired stars even in the auto checklist this year. There are a few names missing. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7.5. For the pack odds and productions, it is a hobby-only product, so the pack odds are going to be a little bit better. This is not produced as much as the first Bowman, but they do produce a lot of it. But overall, I think the pack odds are going to be decent. The production is kind of right in line with what it should be, so I'll give it a 6.5. Card quality. Look, chromium technology, it's Bowman. They know how to do it. Go ahead and give it an 8. The historical value of Bowman. Bowman Chrome generally doesn't hold quite the value. Kind of depends on the cards that are in there. But look, it's Bowman. It holds its value over time. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9. Artistic value. I'm going to knock it a little bit. I'm going to give it a 7, which is still a good score. But some of those inserts are a little lackluster this year. But generally, I like the design of Bowman 2020. I love the full border design. And I like how they've played with that throughout the year. So I'll go ahead and give it a 7. And then the cost value. I would love to make this higher. I get that buying Bowman can pay off big time. But I'm only going to give it a 6.5 because I think these boxes are a little bit overpriced. I wish that, and I get a lot of that's with speculation. So I'll go ahead and give it a 6.5. So here's what we do. We're going to add up all those scores. And then you can see over here on the left, we're going to categorize that from 1 to 5 stars. So if you get a 5-star set, that is an amazing set. We have not had one set so far in 2020 actually get 5 stars. Really hard to get 5 stars. Basically would have to be a perfect set. So then we get down to the 4-star level, which is a very, very solid set. An excellent set to buy into. Not a lot of reasons not to be buying into it. And then we get down to 3-star. Still a solid set. Maybe some people like it, maybe some people don't. If it suits your fancy, go ahead and buy in. Still a good set. 2-star, 1-star, probably sets you want to stay away from, or more budget-minded sets that are targeting certain groups. Maybe some more value sets there, but overall maybe don't hold a ton of value or a collecting appeal. That's what your 1 and 2 are going to be. So where does Bowman Chrome stack up on the 1 cent sensational set ranking? Well, my final rating for Bowman Chrome 2020 is going to be a 76. It is solidly a 4-star product. It is a Bowman product. Definitely tons of fun stuff to rip in here. Great set for breakers. Great set for speculators. Great set for those that are really dive into the hobby, like collecting the prospects. Tons of different image variations, tons of different parallels, tons of stuff that if you're into flipping, you can flip. And overall, just a solid set. Really into Bowman. So how does Bowman Chrome stack up against all of the other sets that we have ranked to date? Well, it comes in third place, tied with Topps Chrome, with a sensational set ranking of 76. However, I think Topps Chrome is just a little bit better, so I'm saying Topps Chrome is second. Bowman Baseball, the first set, still leading the way with the sensational set ranking of 82. And then rounding out our top 5 is one of my favorite sets of the year, Topps Gypsy Queen and the underrated Panini Select. What fell out of the top 10? Unfortunately, it was time for Topps Series 1 to fall out of the top 10. Still think it is a fantastic set. But as we get more and more sets in here, the top 10 is going to be harder and harder to crack. So Topps Series 1 fell out. And that is my in-depth review for 2020 Bowman Chrome. If you didn't hear it before, be sure to throw over to first, hit that like button for me. If you like these reviews, definitely subscribe. We do these reviews all the time. Hit that bell so you can be the first to get the review and know if this is a product that you should be buying into breaks on, going to your local hobby shop and buying a box or buying some packs, or if you should be completely staying away or only getting cards on the secondary market. You're not going to find a more in-depth review anywhere else. So with that, guys, I hope you have a blast opening up packs, personal packs of your 2020 Bowman Chrome or buying into breaks. I hope that you guys pull fire. I also hope that you were being good to your family, to your friends, and to your neighbors. And until next time, have fun ripping Bowman and take care.